Hi everyone, Julia here, recording this May 19th, 2025, and yeah, just watching this world show that's like none other that I've ever heard about, and a lot of people are like, yeah, it's all planned and staged, and I'll have to say it does look very staged. So it's either orchestrated and staged by humans, or perhaps it's by otherworldly, or if you will, divine interference, leading us to a good place in humanity. So I know most people who have been going down rabbit holes for a while that consider themselves awake and in touch with how things really are, think everything's going to shit, there's no hope, just watch the show and stand our ground fearless, which that's good advice, but it doesn't necessarily have to be what has been predicted and prophesied. And that's because, as we all know and have seen if we've been paying attention, our intentions modify future probability. So I feel like the more people that can stay hopeful for a positive future with all the changes that are coming along with it, the more likely that is to happen. So, yeah, it's one of those things. Just why focus on the negative aspects? At least be neutral, right? Just observe, be neutral, watch the show, and always know that you'll be okay because you are not this avatar. In the big picture, this is just a very brief moment for us to get some lessons to where we either evolve or de-evolve and take it from there. And even though there's so much tragedy and death going on everywhere, again, death is not what we've been programmed to believe. Death is just a transition to another reality. So I've always kind of felt like everybody has a certain number of years kind of allocated for this life packet experience. And so perhaps all the people that are dying younger than they should, that's just how it was meant to be. And again, if someone's really suffering, they leave their avatar. They don't have to endure that. And if they do die, they're just transitioning to their next adventure. So, yeah. It's real easy to get bogged down in the material perspective of things and just fret over all the atrocities going on in the world. But things really are different this time. I don't think anyone can deny that. So I'm going to stay hopeful and neutral. I think you can do both. Why not, like I always say, focus on the good and how you want things to be. So I think if the more people that can do that, then of course a higher probability of us having a brighter future for everyone. And of course we have lots of power as far as our own reality bubble and manifesting that reality. But if we're all manifesting good positive realities, then, you know, we get the critical mass effect. So, I know a lot of people are like controlled opposition, Patriot pacification program, but I don't know. There's just very different stuff going on. I was just talking to my friend Gary about the whole Trump getting shot at thing, you know, and that's one of the most staged events. It looks the most staged. And I was like, yeah, well, it's either staged or there's divine intervention happening. So, you know, anything is possible in a virtual reality, including a very positive future for humankind. And if humankind ceases to exist, we won't, because we aren't humankind. We're just consciousness experiencing a human experience. So, yeah. Watch this show. It's very entertaining, very interesting. And let's just see where it takes us. I mean, AI and technology, that's a very interesting route we're going. They're coming up with ways to really be able to power all this data mining. And yeah, everything is changing. Everything is changing. And change, even though it's the only constant, stresses people out. So it's kind of a process, and it gets into this whole cycle where, oh, everything's changing, so people just go into stress mode, and then that leads to behavior that's not being love. And yeah, it just propagates itself. So be fearless and focus on how you want things to be. And let's see how that turns out. Alright, so thanks for listening. Hope you have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. Again, remember to stay focused on the good and how you want things to be. And always help others if you can. Ciao, ciao.